Well, this goes back to, we were at a charity event, me and Tito, and they asked us if we'd do a stare down photo. And I actually told him, I'm gonna post something, I'm gonna post this picture, okay? No problem. My wife posted it, put why not in a question mark. Had a few laughs, had a lot of comments, a lot of stuff, no big deal. But then Tito starts running his mouth. And so we send him back a response, make fun of him a little bit, and it got it started. And that's what kind of got the ball rolling. But it's one of those things like I wasn't finished. When I left the sport, I just changed my training. I was doing things different. I was starting to improve everything. Everything was getting better, and I just kind of ran into that. I made a couple mistakes in that fight, and kind of got pushed out. So I wasn't finished, and this got me started. Got me thinking. You know what? I'm gonna see if I can get back in shape. I'm gonna see how it feels, and then I saw the stuff online about people telling me I couldn't. You're too old. Stay retired. And that's the last thing you should do to me. Don't tell me I can't do anything. I can do anything I put my mind to. If I want to do something, I'll work my butt off, and I'll get it done. It was one of those things where people, I just got motivated to get started. It got me going, got me training, got me working again, getting back in shape. I started feeling like I was getting back in shape. And then he kept coming back, and we went back and forth a little more, and the opportunity with Golden Boy came up, and I took this as a chance for me to get back doing what I love, and get back to and proving people wrong. I've been told I couldn't do stuff my whole life, and this is my chance to prove to people that I can still do this. If I put my mind to it, no matter, I've had injuries, I've had, setbacks, training and stuff, but I just put one foot in front of the other, and I keep moving forward, and I'm here. It's first day of training camp. I'm pretty much down to weight. I'm in great shape. Everything's firing great. I can't wait for this fight to happen. Look, people always ask me, and you hate Tito? No, I don't hate him. I don't care enough about him to hate him. But I don't like him. I don't like the person he is. I don't like the way he treats people. I don't like the way, I've heard stories since we fought, about all the things that he's done to people, how, screwing over training partners, screwing over business partners. It's the way he treats people. It's just, he's got no class. I mean, I saw him at the press conference, talking while I'm trying to talk. It's classless. I mean, if he's trying to sell a fight, great, but that's not it. That's not it. This is the way he really is. That's the way he carries himself throughout his life. Some guys like a Chael Sonnen, they're just, he's selling a fight. He's out there doing a WWE kind of thing. Tito is Tito. That's not an act. He's an ass. I couldn't. I'm a man of principle. I can't even fathom being friends with a guy like him, because he's the type of guy I despise. I don't like guys that carry themselves this way, and I just don't like the guy. Oh, there's plenty of guys. Almost every guy I fought, I respect or like. There's guys that beat me, guys I've beaten that I'm still friends with, and I respect them a lot. He's not one of them, for sure. Well, I mean, it goes all the way back to, he says, if you talk to Tito, he took me off the street, taught me how to fight, fed me, and then I turned on him and went to fight him. in reality, I mean, in the real world, I came down to help him a few times as a sparring partner. And when it came time to fight me, he dodged me. I mean, he says I was the one that turned on him. When I beat Vitor Belfort, he jumped in the ring after I beat Vitor Belfort and said he was going to kick my ass after he was done with Ken Shamrock. And then that night, I knocked out Babalu with a head kick. And then he beat Ken Shamrock, and they asked him, so you ready to fight Chuck Liddell? And he's like, I don't know, maybe, some other time. It was, we might have to fight in Pride, and then all of a sudden he wasn't interested in fighting me anymore. I think it's the funniest thing in the world, is Tito is trying to sell that I'm washed up and that's why he can beat me. But he wants to beat me to vindicate the 2 losses before. So why are you trying to sell that I'm washed up? Even if you feel I'm washed up and that's the reason you can beat me, why are you trying to sell that? Because now you're basically just saying you can beat a washed up Chuck, but you can't beat a Chuck that isn't washed up. And I'm very sorry to say, Tito, I'm not washed up. You're going to find out. My lifestyle has changed completely. I changed the people around me and the environment around me. Everybody's working towards the same goal. I got my family. I'm with them all the time. Actually, for this camp, I'm stepping away, going back to being away, getting my attention just on this fight. I'm actually going to be down here in Huntington, at Tito's hometown, to get prepared for this fight. And I'm going to take that out, missing my kids, but I'm going to take that out on him on November 24th. I've missed the game. I get asked the question after I retired. I get asked the question all the time. Man, you can't miss getting ready for fights. You can't miss this. You can't miss that. I said, you know what? I can never think of one thing about fighting I didn't miss. I miss everything about it. I like training. I like going to the gym every day. I like cutting weight, getting ready for a fight. Because to me, that means when I make weight, I get to fight the next day. And I love walking out of the ring, and I love fighting. My kids are my biggest motivation. That's one of the reasons I am doing this. I want the kids to see the guy that became a world champion, not the guy resting on his laurels, laying around, taking it easy. And I really, until I started training, getting back into shape, I didn't really realize the choices I had started making were, I can take it easy here, I can take it easy there, and I don't like living that way. I've been more energized, more alive since I started training for this fight than I have in the last 8 years. I want them to see that. I want them to see their dad in this way. I want them to see me work and the work ethic I have, how hard I work, how and the results you get from doing that. Yes, I mean, definitely. With age comes wisdom, and looking back, I had a lot of time to reflect on 8 years to reflect on my career and some of the choices I made in the past, and they weren't always the best, and you got caught. I lived a life in the moment. I was never accused of not living my life. I had a great life and I had a lot of fun, but anyway, I had a lot of fun, but it was, not the best environment for fighting. It's not getting prepared for fights. I mean, I'm showing up to camp right now in shape, eating better than I've ate for years. And to everyone, what everyone's saying, I look better than I did 10 years ago. I'm 48 years old, and I look better than I did when I was fighting at 38. So that is a testament to the life I'm living now, the way I'm living my life now as opposed to how I was then. I definitely credit my wife for a lot of that. I was twisting, making a lot of bad choices right after I retired, and she pulled me out of that, and she's been there for me ever since, and she pushes me, makes me want to be better, and makes me want to improve. It's hard to have someone. She has a hard position. She's one of the only people that can tell me what to do, or she's the only one willing to tell me what I do wrong. You know, like most people are, oh yeah, you're doing great. Like, you know, they don't want to tell me what I'm doing wrong. She has no fear of telling me what I'm doing wrong. But she's the best. She's really helped me, and she's always trying to work on things that help and improve and make me better. I wish she did. It would have, no, I didn't give up on my wife. One of my training partners poked me in the eye, but it's okay. You know, it is what it is. It happens. We were actually just drilling. We weren't even sparring, believe it or not. And I'm like, well, you guys, I'll fight. No, we were drilling. It was just a wrestling thing, and I caught a thing in the eye. It is what it is. Okay. Here's the difference. Training and thinking. I like that you said that. You know, like if you talk to Tito, I remember back in the day when I was training with him, I was one of his training partners. I remember reading an article. He said he was training 8 hours a day, 6 days a week, I think he said. And I'm like, when? Because I'm sitting here on your couch watching this, and I saw you run for about 30 minutes in the morning, and then we had a wrestling workout and a striking workout. I mean, I would have given that about 2.5 hours, maybe, unless you count stretching, maybe 3 hours total. If you count stretching, but where are the other 5? Are you counting driving to and from the gym, talking to people when you're there? So I train now about 2.5, 3 hours a day, about 5 days a week. I have an active rest day, and I also have a rest day. But the most important part about the day, and it becomes more important as you become older, is recovery. And you know, it was important back in the day. When you're younger too, it's important. Remember, athletes, recovery is almost as important, if not as important, as the workout. When you're younger, you can get away with not doing it, but you would be better if you did it. So remember to do the recovery. And I probably spend as much time doing recovery now as I do working out. So we probably I'd say 2.5 hours of recovery a day plus 2.5 hours of working out. So you're about 5 hours a day. And if you're talking about thinking about the fight, I'm working on that all the time.